Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to the third Supervillain Auction. Welcome to the third Supervillain Auction. Are you excited? I am too. The wonderful supervillains have been raiding different realities, and we now have a wonderful auction ready just for you. You've got the secret link. Your bank accounts are ready to wire. Let's get started. Now, in our first pillaging, we have the Black Beauty. The Black Beauty is the car of the Green Hornet, one of the oldest superheroes. Now, this beautiful sedan is armor-plated, of course, with bulletproof glass and twin machine guns that come up on the top. Now, I admit it's not as technologically advanced as some of the other items that we'll be looking at, but it is of a tremendous historic significance, and you can own the Black Beauty for a mere $10 million. Begin your bidding now. Looking for something a little roomier with a little more firepower? Look what we have here. It is Tank Girl's tank. Yes, we've gone into the future to an alternate reality where things are pretty messed up. We have this tank. It is heavily armored with all sorts of extra bells and whistles, and of course that firing cannon that will take out your opponents. And it's got some rather colorful scrawlings on the side, and in the inside smells a lot like a kangaroo for various reasons. So while it is technically a standard tank, it has several little extras added by Tank Girl, and you will also have the satisfaction of taking the tank from Tank Girl. I mean, come now, that's like taking the cape from Superman. So, we will start the bidding for this fantastic tank at $30 million. Go ahead and get those wallets ready. I think there's going to be a lot of competition for this one. Along with large vehicles, if you're looking for something very roomy, we've got an interesting one here. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Battle Van. Now, as you know, there are an infinite number of realities and an infinite number of turtles. This is one of the more standard ones. It does, however, still have the firing mechanism at the top that fires lids. Yes, lids from street sewers that have been collected by the turtles over the years. While that does seem somewhat silly, if you catch a disc of 4-foot-long metal in the face, you're not going to be getting up from that. In addition, it does have highly sophisticated surveillance equipment, highly sophisticated radio and communication devices. After all, it was made by Leonardo. Oh, I'm sorry, I get my Green Man mixed up. Made by Donatello, and after all, he does machines. So for this fascinating vehicle, we are going to start the bidding at $50 million. Go ahead and get started, and cowabunga. Oh, up next, we've got a fascinating one. We actually lost 4 agents obtaining this one. This is the Law Master. Now, the Law Master is the motorcycle of none other than Judge Dredd. While we were skipping ahead in time to those terrible post-apocalypses, we didn't just stop with the Tank Girl world, we also went over to the Megaopolis world, where Mega City 1 contains the greatest judge in the future, where the judges are judge, jury, and executioner. And of all of them, none is more powerful or more feared than Judge Dredd. And Judge Dredd's Lawmaster is his specially modified motorcycle. It, much like the Totemobile, has advanced array of future tech with communication devices. Of course, it has front-firing missiles and machine guns, and it is capable of dropping little surprises from behind that explode. Isn't that fun? So not only is it functional, but as us supervillains, you will have the satisfaction of either riding or proudly displaying one of the greatest symbols of law and order perverted for your own ends. We will start the bidding at $70 million of real artifact here, and one of a kind in the multiverse. Isn't that neat? Go ahead and start your bidding now. Now, here's a fun one. We have, from the 6166 Marvel Universe, the Spider-Mobile. The Spider-Mobile was given to Spider-Man by a grateful patron. It is a rather amusing-looking buggy, once thought to be lost. The Spider Buggy actually has the ability to drive on walls the same way that Spider-Man can climb on them. Now, I will be the first to admit that its functionality is somewhat limited, as it is garish. It does have that wall-crawling ability, which could be useful to you, but this is, again, more of a symbol. One of the greatest heroes who stands for goodness in the Marvel Universe, and you can own it yourself. Take it out for a test spin, or, if you have a Spider-Man in your universe, destroy it in front of them and show them how powerful you really are. We will start that bidding at $90 million, but don't wait. This little Spider-Mobile is going to crawl away quickly. Now, for those of you with a more infernal bent, and I know out there watching we have a few demons and others, we have the Hell Cycle. Now, the Ghost Rider, it is well known that any machine that he touches is imbued with his demonic powers, becomes changed and warped, and becomes covered in flames. And much like the Spider Buggy, fun fact, he can actually drive up solid surfaces. However, in this one case, a little fragment of his power was released into the Hell Cycle so that it retains its warped and strange appearance. It still has the powers of the Ghost Rider. If you take hold of it, you will gain his powers temporarily. You will assume his skull-like appearance. You will then be invulnerable to all the weapons of man, and even magical weapons will have reduced effect on you. And plus, come on, vroom vroom, you're going to look very, very cool. We are going to start the bidding at $100 million. So I hope you've been knocking over those banks, because now is the time to start bidding. But you know I saved the best for last, don't you? That's right. We have, last but not least, the Batmobile. That's right. Perhaps the most famous crime-fighting vehicle in all realities, the Batmobile. Now, armor-plated, able to survive direct missile strikes. able to cover itself in an armored shielding, able to reach speeds of over 250 miles an hour despite its armaments, rear jet propulsion in addition to its already formidable speed. Of course, it has weaponry of all kind. Most annoyingly with Batman, the most of them are non-lethal. However, you can change that. Think about how good it will feel to add lethal weapons to this device and kill your opponents, all while the Batman knows that you are using his device for evil and not for good. Look at it, the very symbol of truth and justice, an unrelenting fight on crime, and it can be yours. We are starting the bidding at $200 million. So get ready. This is going to go fast. This is going to go up. Make sure and put in your bids now. And remember, stay evil out there. So, which one do you bid on? Good choice. If you want to be alerted when next we have a bid, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But I've got other supervillain bids. Yes, you can watch them right here. You can watch one of my other supervillain auctions. And remember, it's fun to be evil.